Welcome to Will It Work? I'm Kevin. Today we have the Roberts Sportsrama 8. This is a very late edition Pong system as far as I know. It was made in Korea. It's probably for either Australia or the West somewhere. It has a selection here of 8 games, and I do know that, we've looked at one that did not work very well, which was the Soundic, and that one had 10, but 2 were shooting games. Although they weren't utilizing the gun, you manually aimed with the controller somehow. This is a little different, I guess, although, we have whatever grid ball is. We have just a practice basketball versus a regular basketball, so that could just be considered one game with one player. Soccer, practice, and I have learned that this is highlight. And then we have regular highlight, hockey, and tennis, which of course is regular Pong. We don't have a lot of different selection here in terms of the options, bat size, left and right, so you can decide if one player wants to be smaller than the other, and power and speed. But we do have serve on the controllers, which is nice, and we have 2-dimensional rather than one, so we have full joystick type movement here, which is nice to see because it's an evolution of one fire button and a joystick. That's kind of where we got to with Atari. These are removable. I'm not going to remove them right now because it can be a little bit tricky to get back on, and I just want to make sure it works and then put it back away. So let's switch over to the video side and see what it looks like. We'll start with grid ball and kind of go from there. All right, we're looking at the Roberts Sportsrama 8. So this one is grid ball, and we're on like a pink screen here. And you can move these up and down depending on which player you are here, or you can actually just keep cycling through, right? So it continuously will keep going around and around. It's sort of a interesting advancement there. And then in order to serve the ball, both players hit serve at the same time, and that will launch the ball. So that's grid ball. We have practice basketball, which I guess is one player, and we can see here I have 360 degree of movement, right? So that's obviously a advancement, not including the original Odyssey, which I think probably also had that as much. And I guess I got to get it up into that hoop somehow. Well, I get points for hitting the ball, so that's good. Ugh. There. Scored a basket. Hooray for me. Then there's 2-player basketball, which is the same thing. We won't look at that. Soccer, which is obviously just but so you can go up and down, and the left can be left and right, and that probably is the same for this player. You can move your player closer or further away. So that's kind of a more complex advancement. It's interesting. Highlight, same thing. You can move 360 degrees while playing. This is probably another one where we hit the button at the same time. Or not, maybe. Oh, it's because it's 15-15. Or the score's over, so. Changes color depending on who hit it last. Hockey, where we have similar but with nets to get the ball in. So that's new. And tennis, which is Pong, but with the added benefit of the 360-degree movement. Which, you know, honestly, with these analog controls, I'm not sure that's making the game any better or harder, you know. It's hard to play low, like I'm just demonstrating it, so like I'm not holding these things directly in my hand. So, but this is an example of the late edition Pong. So you have a whole bunch of different games. It's color screen. You have 360-degree movement with a joystick and a serve button. And the evolution right past this, we start going into, and right around this time, we start going into F System 2, the RCA that we looked at earlier, eventually Atari 2600. You know, a lot of the earlier, the very early systems. And so they were already starting to, you know, get cartridges going and making it so the games can swap out rather than selling them as a standalone unit like this one. So, you know, this is like the premium or the top of the line type of Pong game that you could get probably in 1978 or something. I'm just checking the back to see if there's a date on here. No, there is not. But anyway, so that's the Roberts Pong Sportsrama 8. Thanks for watching. We'll move on to the next one.